Hello everyone, Mark Anderson Audio here. Long time no see. Today we're going to do a really cool tutorial about how to do a stutter effect in Pro Tools in a slightly unorthodox way. Anyway, first of all, let's listen to our original track before we do any editing. Okay, so just a basic piano thing. And next I'll show you the final product and then I'll show you how I did it. Okay, this is what I ended up with. So you can hear it's very lush, lots of movement there. And I'll show you how I did it. So first of all, I'll turn off this delay here. So basically the crux of this technique is to grab an EQ which has some basic, just a single one band EQ, and then what I've done is gone into automation and chose the gain for this particular frequency controller. And now what I've done is gone into automation on my piano track here, and I basically created this triangle waveform. And if you look at our plugin, it's going absolutely crazy, try to keep up with this. We'll get this cool lush effect, which isn't as harsh as like a mute cut-off stutter effect. What's also really cool is we can change how this. Just move my windows a little bit. Sorry. We can change this pattern here by going into grid mode and selecting different settings here. So if we want to go 16th notes, 64th notes, and we can go to our pencil tool. We can select square. And we can kind of draw things, and we can create all sorts of weird patterns. And they usually sound best when you mix them up. If you have it constant, it can get a bit repetitive, but if you kind of mix things up, have a combination of high-speed moments and slower moments. And do all sorts of cool stuff. What's worth noting is when I'm doing this technique, so I'll delete this so I can show you. When I'm doing this technique, and I'm starting from the baseline of 0 here, so my gain is set to nearly 0, there we go, 0. What I'm not doing is selecting, say, my triangle tool and then doing this, because if you notice, I'm just pointing at the screen here, that goes up to 18 plus dB when it goes up here, which means that it's going to spike really high and really low, and that could damage your speakers, damage your ears, and probably sound terrible. So the trick here is when you're drawing your automation lines in, to start from the bottom down here, down at 0 dB, and draw in up to this line here you have. So that line is 0 gain, or 0 cut. And as you draw into there, you can get a nice kind of wave, and you're not going to destroy your speakers or your ears in the process. Now here's the really cool thing about this technique. So I'll draw some a wee bit faster and go back to what I had before, which was just 16th notes across the board. What you can do is you can then go a little bit further and you can automate your frequency control. And you can start to imagine how over time you can create this cool morphing sound that's not as static and droning, especially if you're using loops. Loops can sound very static and repetitive, and things like this can really open them up and make them sound much more alive. You can also try messing around with like shelving filters instead. And again, you can mess around with the Q. Tons of possibilities to create a cool stutter effect. It's still, it's not harsh, it's not chopping the sound off like a mute button being mashed. It's musical. You can automate it in a cool and exciting way and really really open up a sound and make it sound much more alive and much more evolving. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my return to making videos after like a 6-month absence. Please like, rate, comment, subscribe, whatever the things people do on YouTube is these days if you liked the video. And my name has been Mark Asinorio. Adios.